on Instagram, and I'm going to scoot this way back.
Should I do the Facebook one now?
Yeah, go ahead and do the Facebook one too. And I'm going to scoot it over as well. Maybe not. Let's see. So,
first, mother-daughter kitten.
Kitten mother-daughter. Mine is only showing half of her face.
Oh, she's losing it.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm only showing half of Catherine's face. So I'm going to move it back even further. Let's see. And move it over.
She's got her own camera up.
I do. We've got several cameras up. So we're waiting to let people get on. And today's talk, first of all, you've got to know, ow! I'm getting scratched by a kitten. We're also trying to go live on Facebook. And Catherine's camera is working, but mine is not yet. So,
hello.
There we go. Now it'll open. Let's see if I can get it on. So what got this in our heads in the first place is that we are consistently, this is the actual room that we sit in all the time, to go to just blah, 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 and we talk about everything. Somebody's drinking.
There's no labels here. Drinking coffee.
Yeah. Coffee is yummy. Hey!
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing lots of people joining us.
Sunshine.
Now, so here's the thing. I'm short. Let me sit up straight. She made me get 2 pillows because I'm so much shorter than her.
She's so small.
I
think I'm 5'10" and she's 5'7".
7. Just almost.
She said 5'8" for like most of my life.
It's not true. That's not true.
Then I'm 6 foot if you're 5.
I don't know if this is going to work live on Facebook on mine because I didn't have Paige's Manager on this thing. So I'm not going to bother doing the live feed on Facebook just yet.
Anyway.
I'll try to put it up for my Facebook viewers later. I'm giving everybody a little bit of time to come on.
You're looking beautiful too.
If you would like to join us on the live feed, you just have to click request to join us on the live feed, and you'll get on video with us. So today we were going to talk about.
We didn't say why. She didn't actually finish why. So the reason we would get up every morning and make a pot of coffee and have our little coffees and be talking for like literally hours on the weekends.
Yes.
We would talk for literally hours. We'd completely like lose the day talking about pretty much everything. And so that was like is still a real staple of our mother-daughter relationship. And so we wanted to share what that is. Today is going to be kind of a heavy topic because we were asked to go back to my exercise science college program and talk about metabolic disorders. So specifically, we both struggled with anorexia and bulimia. So we're just going to have a really open talk about that today. And I stole her thunder. But I just wanted you to know like why we're doing this, because people have asked us questions about how we're such good friends. As a mom dog.
Wait, what? Dog. Okay, I can't log on to Facebook. So
I call Kuda Roman and my dog tur, like our daughter dog tur. Also sounds like dog turd, but anyway. So yeah, just a glimpse into a little mother-daughter relationship and how we've become friends.
Yeah, I kind of like her. I might keep her. So another thing that you might find funny is that I often decided that we had a studio audience.
That was the biggest thing. She like say something funny and they go studio audience. And then I look up into the corner.
That corner over there actually is where the studio audience.
You ever seen the Truman Show?
Yes, and they stole my freaking idea because it was mine first. Studio audience?
That's
what do you say? So now I can actually say, studio audience, what do you think? When we're on lighter topics. And we will be. We talk about everything.
Not as fun.
One thing people kept. Because I asked you guys what you wanted to talk, what you would like to see mother-daughter talks about.
Everybody said sex.
Everybody said sex. That was like straight across the board. I'm like, okay. Well, we have to do, give us an idea.
We'll ease in.
Well, give us an idea of what you mean. I mean, what do you want? We actually talk
that's a
about
really important thing to talk
everything.
about with your partner is what do you want? Ask them.
This is true.
I feel my face turning red.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right, so the heavier topic, we
don't want to get into it. We're just like,
I know, no,
we want to have fun.
We're smart Alex, if you can't tell. The heavier topic, as she said, we were asked to go to a class and talk about this. And so we started, do you want to start?
I guess I started in the class, so I'll start. Man, now it's like hard.
Yeah.
Again. It's always hard to talk about eating disorders and just mental health in general. It's something that, our society doesn't talk about enough. And I know there's some awesome advocates that are really getting out there and starting to talk about mental health and physical health. And this is one where the mental disorder leads to a physical disorder. And so my journey through an eating disorders started when I was 13. It was a mix of reasons. There was a bit of conflict in our household when I was younger. Also when I was 13, I went to a modeling agency, and I had already been acting and modeling for years and years. I started when I was 5. It was great. Got me out of my comfort zone. I got really good at memorizing things. It was a great thing for me to do as a young kid. But then into my teenage years, I started, I never ate well when I was a kid. I ate sorry. I'm gonna cuss on here. I don't care.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
This is me.
It's real.
I ate, snowballs, if you know what those are. They're like that marshmallow thing covered in coconut and sugar and gross. Although at the time I thought they were delicious. I ate a lot of McDonald's. I ate a lot of really cheap fast food growing up. And, it was equally my pickiness as much as it was, parents have a responsibility to their kids. And she was not educated. And kind of that rolled over onto me. So I was eating really badly and I hated work. Oh, God, I hated it. I failed every presidential fitness test. If any of my friends in grade school are watching, I was the butt of every joke about that. I couldn't do a single push-up. I couldn't do a sit-up. Couldn't climb the rope. I literally failed every metric of health and fitness that you possibly could have put out there for me. I was super weak, super out of shape, super unfit. So I go into this modeling agency, and they look at me, and they're like, great, you have a great base. Oh my God, the cats are going insane. You have a great base. Your nose is too big, for one, so get a nose job. And then your waist is an inch too big, so fix that. And then come back to us, and we'll reassess. So they turned me down, and I went home, and I was like, holy shit, I'm getting fat. I'm hitting puberty, and this is evidently what hips look like. And I don't know how to eat right. So instead of, putting in the legwork, figuring out what it meant to be healthy, I just stopped eating. I would count calories because that was my understanding was you eat less, you lose weight, you get skinny. I started going on pro-ana, pro-mia message boards, which that's pro-anorexia, pro-bulimia, getting tips on how to lose weight. I started cutting, which was a way both of exerting control over a familial situation at home that I felt very lost in, as well as control over what I thought was going to be my career. And so there was a lot of self-punishment and self-hatred that went along with it, and a desire to try to control my body as a kind of venue of controlling my life.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That was long-winded, I'm sorry.
Super challenging to hear and to know about. The thing is, I had the same challenges, and at first I didn't recognize it my daughter. So I'm not going to read to you what I read in class because it's quite long, but it is the first part of my book that's From Pain to Profit, and the book is about taking the shit that tried to pull you down and using it to help you uplift your life. So I'll just summarize it. I remember sitting in a tub of my vomit. I had gone so far with my bulimia part of my anorexia. Now, for some reason, I was proud of not eating for 5 days in a row. But on the weekend, I decided I was going to eat with my family. I had hidden my lack of eating by dirtying dishes and leaving it in the sink. So I was really proud when my mom would actually say, "Hey, you need to clean up after yourself," because it made me think, okay, I am hiding this really well. So be aware, parents, that they're going to be sneaky and clever.
Yeah.
But on the weekends, when we go out to dinner, I would eat a massive amount of foods so that I would feel sick. And then when my parents went to bed, I would go in the bathroom and I would throw up in the tub. And I'd gone so far that I was unable to throw up anymore. Even I had scars on my hands, and even sitting in a tub of my own vomit, I couldn't throw up. It should have grossed me out so bad that immediately. So I remember sitting there thinking, how the hell did I get here? What in the hell is going on in my head? And how can I get this out of my stomach? Because I know there's a little bit left. And if there's a little bit left, then I'm still a bad person. So, getting that last little bit out and scooping it out of the bathtub into the toilet. It's humiliating. It made me feel lower than low. But I knew that I'd finally gotten everything out, and I'd be able to see those bones again that I really wanted to see. I'd look at pictures of women who'd killed themselves with anorexia, and I thought they looked terrible, but I also wanted to see the same bones. So the disorder got so strong that I was able to go for 30 days without any sustainable food in my system. And when I thought I was going to pass out, I would just drink milk or have some bouillon and just trying to not die. But it was a way of exerting control over my life when I felt like I was out of control. And the disorder doesn't leave you. You're always a recovering anorexic and bulimic. There's a little voice in your head that talks to you, and it's not a nice voice.
For me, it translated to other obsessive compulsive symptoms as well. I began having an obsession with my grades. So like numbers of anything were like a huge thing. So whether it was weight, whether it was grade percentage, whether it was like, it was just getting that number and controlling that and feeling that I had a tangible effect on my life, because I didn't perceive personally that I had this control over my life or the results of my life. And the thing is, the reality is that you do. You have control over everything that you have control over, and you have control of letting go of the things that you don't. So that was a prayer that my grandma used to say with me. God grant me the...
I said it here too. It's a serenity prayer. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot, or to change the things I can change, to accept the things that I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
There's like the strength to change.
The strength to change it. Yeah, sorry, I missed the little thing.
It's a really popular one, but
yeah, it's an AA prayer actually, I believe.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think so.
No shit.
Yeah,
that was one thing that we talked about a lot. is healing from an eating disorder is a lot like AA. It's an addictive thing, addiction to a control thing, and so yeah, a lot of the steps of AA are similar to ones that help with eating disorders.
So what helped us? How did we break the cycle? And it's ironic because a lot of people think that because we're in health and fitness that it would actually make it worse because you're looking for this perfect size or you're looking for this perfection. And instead, we found things that taught us that to love the process. You know, I think I posted this yesterday, progress, not perfection. So the process is, oh my gosh, I can do a pull-up. Oh my gosh, I can do a push-up. A friend of mine said that's been on the program she said that she went, monkey bars in the parks. She said for the first time in her life since she was a little kid, she was able to go from one side to the other side of the monkey bars. And that's huge. So
non-scale victories.
Yes. Well, if you want to say exactly what happened is wow, the light bulb came up over my head and I thought, I think my daughter has the same thing I have. And I told her to do P90X from beginning.
She forced me. She called me every single day. You done your workout yet? And I'm like, you, Mom. Never said that. I never.
No, she wouldn't have said it out loud.
But in my head, and I can't lie to my mom. That is like one of my things. I don't lie. That's a lie. I lie sometimes, but it's a rare occasion, and I don't lie to the people I love. And not that I don't love everybody. White lies, okay? It happens. Anyway,
it happens. We're not perfect.
Nobody's perfect. But so I couldn't just be like, oh yeah, I've done it when I didn't do it. So I had to do it, or just be like, no, I didn't do it. And then she'd be like, do it.
Do it.
And so, I went through this program, and a week in, I was like, holy shit, I can't survive on grapefruit and rice cakes through this. Like, it's an hour of weightlifting every day. I'm gonna die. And so I was like, okay.
Well, there's a rest day. There's
a rest day. But I saw this badass bitch on there, Drea Weber. If you don't know who that is, check her out. She is amazing. She's an aerialist, gymnast extraordinaire. She ended up a personal mentor of mine, which was such a gift, is such a gift. She's an amazing person.
Yeah.
But I'm going to cry. Okay, I'm good. I saw how amazingly fit she was. And I was like, holy crap, I want to look like that. How do I do that? How do I look like that? Not skinny, but strong. And so I looked at the nutrition plan and I was like, this is way too many calories. I'm going to get fat. But I'm going to do it. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it full on. And so I did it, and I was like so on it. And I ended up gaining more than 10 pounds in 90 days of muscle, which is huge for a woman, especially like a very small. I was very small at that point in time and very sick. I also have an autoimmune disorder, which can, make me want to control things even more because it's something that you can't really control. You can help it, but you can't. It's incurable. Autoimmune disorders generally are. And so I did P90X. I gained a bunch of weight, like good weight, and I felt amazing. And that was the transition for me, was understanding fitness, understanding what it felt like to love my body, which meant for me eating right, working out, and being strong. And so I've still been on that journey of like being strong, getting stronger, and finding like the foods that work for me. And you relapse. It happens. Things trigger you and you start to go down the rabbit hole. But the important thing is seeing that and redirecting and finding those things that help, like yoga, meditation, just focusing in on nutrient-dense foods for me rather than calorie restricting, really keying in my nutrition on something that makes my body feel good. And then, gaining muscle just feels awesome.
Yeah, it does. And being able to do things that skinny ass you can't do. You got to be strong, you. So just to pull this full circle, recognizing that you have a problem means that you've done the first step. So if you yourself are having struggles with eating disorders, you need to speak with a professional.
There's no replacement for therapy.
Don't try to deal with it completely on your own. And I know there's a lot of books out there that are self-help, but please just go see somebody, talk to them, and maybe even be in a support group that supports you in your healthy decisions.
The best thing to deal with, honestly, I think this is just the best type of therapy, is cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. I almost said CBD.
CBD will work. No, I'm just kidding.
Also helps.
It helps with a lot of things.
We're in Washington State, so it's legal.
Yeah.
But, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, it helps you transition behaviors and behavioral patterns and patterns of thought. I did not respond to conventional therapy. I felt like I was supposed to be crying all the time, and I don't like that. It doesn't... Rehashing things was not helpful for me. It just brought me back down into a painful place. And so moving forward with reprogramming was more powerful for me, and is generally, seen as a good way to go about things.
Okay? So, parents, things to look out for. They're wearing big clothes. Lots and lots of big clothes, because they're trying to hide that they have an eating disorder. You're not actually seeing them eat. Their moods are changing. They're very tired all the time. They have kind of a flat affect, because one of the things you get addicted to when you starve yourself is that your emotions go away. You
get kind of high.
You're kind of like, I don't really care about anything. And those are things that if you see something like that, if you talk to them, I'm going to say right away, they'll probably tell you, no, that's not the problem. I'm not having that problem whatsoever. Yeah. And it starts, I think, as early as 9. 13 is a really popular age for eating disorders to really take hold. And you're going to have to get them in therapy. It's just, they're not going to want to do it, but you need to do it. Okay? So, kids, if you're going through this where you're feeling like you have no control over anything, or adults, hell, when my daughter, I almost said daughter, my dogder, Aylwin passed away. Actually, it was when Kira passed away too. Both times, my eating disorder said, "Hey, if you stop eating, you'll stop feeling all these emotions and you'll stop crying." And I had to shut that down. So it never quite leaves you. So if you're having those issues, if Ed is talking to you, eating disorder, Ed is talking to you a little too much, please go talk to somebody else.
Okay. I had yesterday, I ate a whole bag of chips. I was like, I had this horrible salt craving. And they were like the Terra chips, but I ate a whole bag, like the big ones. And so I texted her, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? Oh, I hate myself. And she's like, it was a treat. It was a treat.
Not a cheat, it's a treat.
You're moving on.
Yep.
And today
You're
I
done.
feel a lot better, and whatever. I'm gonna just, eat extra healthy today, but not restrict any calories.
Exactly. And I actually also said, read my post about giving yourself grace. Forgive yourself for all those little silly things. I mean, in 10 years, are you going to remember you ate a bag of chips yesterday?
It won't fucking matter.
It won't matter. So if you have any questions, you need some help, you want to talk to us, we're going to end the live stream today, right now. I'm going to try and do it on Facebook also, like she is. That's her live stream on Facebook, live stream on Instagram, live stream on Instagram.
So many strands. That's why I keep looking around.
And if you want to join us, all you have to do is click join, and you and your child, or, oh, well, thank you. Somebody said it's very nice to watch your video. Thank you. Appreciate that. And you can actually come into our live stream and talk to us on Wednesdays at noon Pacific. All right. Talk to you later.
For the next few weeks, at least.
Yeah.
And then my schedule changes.
We'll change. All right. Have a great Wednesday.
Next time it'll be more light and fluffy.
Yes, light and fluffy.